there's a step in section 38, or rather, there's a note that says basically, don't do anything out of order, or you'll pay for it later. But then the step that I'm on says, dimple these one, two, three, four, 5 holes in this skin, but never says anything about countersinking these, not until 7 pages later. So, yeah, I'm not dimpling them, and I'm not going to pay for it later.
And I didn't pay for it later. So what we're looking at here is we've got clecos on the top of the skin, and now we're adding another skin on the bottom. And much like the flaps, once you close 2 sides of a box, so when you close the nose skin on the flaps, it sets the twist for that part. So this is done in a similar fashion where you cleco it all, like every single hole gets a cleco, and then once that's there, you can check for twist by using a level on 2 equal parts of the canopy frame. We'll put it on the left side and the right side of the bottom that's currently facing up, right between those 2 bars. I put it on the bars because I didn't understand it at first. You put it on the sides, and then once you have 0 twist, I was checking all dimensions. I was dumb. I should have just looked at the plans because it tells you how to do it in there. I'll put a little screenshot of that up here. Anyway, once you get that settled, there we go, put it in the right place. Then you can do the match drilling that we're about to do right here. Yeah, this is what I didn't mention on just now was also that everything's smaller. I don't know the exact dimensions. Like, I think they're 1.6 millimeters for number 40 holes. And I'm not even sure if they start all like 1.6 millimeter. So this is a lot like the older Vans kits where they don't have the final sized holes. And the reason for that is simple. They want you to form this thing because it's a lot of curved parts. You've got to form it yourself into, something that's gonna fit your aircraft nicely. So everything is undersized. The clecos barely fit the first time you put them in. And that you got to fight with every single cleco to put it in, and then fight with it to take it back out, and then once you get the first, the number 40 drill through there, okay, now the clecos actually fit. Now you can actually do something. But it's like they want you to cleco so many holes when you're doing this. It's like you can barely fit the damn drill around all these things. So, and also trying to remember which ones you've drilled and which ones you haven't. And as you can see, I'm going back again with the level as I'm drilling and taking out clecos and putting clecos in just to verify that I'm not, adding any twist between the 2 side rails. So the reason you measure the angle on those parts that I called out earlier is because you are that part is what the bottom of the window frame sort of attaches to. And so if you extend that part out rearward, that is the lower canopy frame. So, having no twist there to start with is great, because if you have any twist, it's going to be accentuated when you attach those like 2 or 3 foot long pieces on there, because that's going to have a larger gap at the end of it. All right, so here we are. We started with number 40 holes, or even smaller than number 40s, and then you drill them to 1/8. You don't drill them to number 30, you drill them to 1/8. So you drill them a little bit smaller than number 30, which is our usual spot. And that's, again, to keep everything super freaking tight when you're working on it. It's the amount of drilling in this section is super annoying to me. I'm sure a RV6 builder would call this normal. Nah, not for me. An RV4 builder would say, "What do you mean you had, you knew where you're supposed to drill? I had to figure it out everywhere." Okay, fine. But that's why I bought the 14 kit. I wanted an easier build. Some people like more of a challenge. I wanted to build an airplane in 5 years. I didn't want to build an airplane in 20 years. So that's it. All right. Come back next time. We're going to start putting this thing together, I think. See you then.